Some stories aren't shouted from rooftops. They whisper through footsteps on lonely roads where silence lingers heavier than words. This is the journey of Pinky Hills, a girl who learned early on that survival sometimes means hiding your pain behind a practiced smile. Bullied, broken, unseen. Her childhood carried shadows that most could not see, yet they left marks deeper than scars. Growing up in silence, she became a quiet fighter. Each day she wore the armor of bravery, even when her heart felt too fragile to beat. But shadows followed her into adulthood. A marriage that promised love instead carried sadness. Dreams that were supposed to heal became heavy with grief. Mental illness and trauma crept in like uninvited guests, lingering long after hope had walked away. Yet, there is something powerful about pain. It either destroys us or it dares us to rise. And Pinky chose to rise. She didn't rise with perfection. She rose barefoot, raw, real. Every step was a rebellion against silence. Every mile was a cry for freedom. The Barefoot Runner is not just her story. It's a reflection of everyone who has ever felt invisible. It speaks to those carrying untold pain, those who laugh the loudest while suffering in silence, and those who wonder if healing is even possible. It is not a story wrapped neatly in happy endings. It is a story stitched with courage, kindness, and the unflinching honesty of a woman who decided that the first step out of pain was worth taking, no matter how much it hurt. And here's the truth. When we strip away the masks we wear, when we stop pretending that we're fine, we find a kind of freedom that no one can take away. Because healing doesn't begin with perfection. It begins with one step, unseen, uncelebrated, uncertain, but one step that says, I am still here. That's what makes Pinky Hill's story more than a memoir. It's a call, a voice for the unheard, a mirror for anyone carrying invisible wounds, and a reminder that even the unseen deserve to be heard. Because in a world obsessed with flawless images and polished stories, there is something profoundly human about raw truth. The kind of truth that can't be faked. The kind of truth that changes people. Imagine a girl running barefoot, not for medals, not for applause, but for herself. Each stride breaking chains that held her down for years. Each breath reclaiming the life that trauma tried to steal. That is the power of the Barefoot Runner. It is a story of pain, but it is also a story of resilience, of how one woman turned brokenness into bravery, and how, in her journey, she opens the door for all of us to do the same. Pinky Hills invites us into her world not to show perfection, but to show truth. Not to inspire pity, but to ignite courage. Not to tell us she has all the answers, but to remind us that healing begins with the courage to take off the mask and take the first step unseen. The Barefoot Runner by Pinky Hills. Available now, because even the unseen deserve to be heard.